Okay, good morning class. This is your science teacher, Mr. Zhong. Today I'm going to talk about independent, dependent, and control variable, which always uh, appear when we're going to work with experiment. In fact, for every experiment, they also have all these variables. Okay, so I hope that after watching this video, you're going to understand the difference between them. Okay, so. But first, let's start with an investigative study. Okay, there's a question we want to answer. Okay, so here, okay, so here we're going to study how the amount of water would affect the growth of the mole. Okay, what is a mole? So can you see the bread here? Okay, these are the mole. Okay, so we want to study how the amount of water affect the growth of the mole. Okay, so here are the procedure. So first, we start to prepare two slices of bread with the same mass, and we place both of them into different plastic bag, respectively, which means that each bread they put in different plastic bag, and we spray some water onto one of them. Okay, only one of them, and we seal both plastic bag and we put them in the same room. Observe and record the growth of the mole of the bread. Okay, so can you somehow notice something special? Okay, so first of all, we have to prepare two slices of bread. Okay, but the bread they are in the same mass. Okay, same mass, and we just spray some water on one of them. One of them. Okay, one of them, and at the end we record the growth of the mole on the bread. Okay. So in fact right now already appear three different variables, three different conditions or changes. Okay. So first of all, because this time we're going to study how the amount of water affect the growth of the mole. Okay, so in fact we are going to control the amount of the bread. Amount of water. Okay, so these would be the independent variable, something that changed by you. Okay, and so what do we measure? How can we answer these questions? How can we study the amount of water affect the growth of mole? How? By measuring what? Okay, we're going to measure the growth of the mole. Okay, so this is the result, and this would be the dependent variable. Okay, dependent variable. This is the result. Okay, so and why we have to make sure that they're in the same mass? Okay, because we want to make the experiment fair. Okay, fair test is very important. If it's not fair, then the result is no longer valid, no longer useful. Okay, so this would be the this would be the control variable. Okay, so can you notice there's another control variable in this procedure? Can you see it? Okay, so in fact here, same room. Why putting them in the same room is also another control variable. Okay, because we want to put it in the same condition, same temperature. Okay, which is very important in order to make the experiment fair. So how about, okay, excuse me. Okay, so how about the another one? Okay, so this time we're going to study the effect of different amount of fertilizer. Okay, fertilizer is something that you use to support the growth of the plants. So besides water and sunlight, you can also add some fertilizer which can promote the growth of the plants. Okay, so now in this experiment, how can you so let's read the procedure first. Okay, so give you some time to read the procedure and trying to identify the independent variable, control variable, and the dependent variable. Okay, so let's take a time. Okay, time's up. So the independent variable, control variable, and dependent variable. Okay, so basically because you're going to tell different amounts of fertilizer. So in this case, the amount of fertilizer would be the independent variable. This would be the independent variable. Okay? How about the dependent variable? What should you measure in order to justify the result, the question, answer your question? Okay? Because you're going to find the effect on the growth of plants. So basically, you're going to record the height. So basically, it's the height of the seedlings. Okay? So this would be the dependent variable. Okay? So how about control variable? Anything that is required to make sure that the experiment is fair. Okay, control variable. I think you can already find out quite a lot of them. So first of all, you have to find some seedlings with similar heights. Okay, this is a control variable. So I just write down control. And also, similar mass of soil, also control variable. And same amount of water, they are also the control variable. And also one more. Okay, step 4, place all the pots under sunlight. This is also to ensure that each seedlings they have equal amount of sunlight. Okay, so now let's have a very brief summary. Okay, I'm going to leave the final question for you as a homework. Okay, so this okay, so this would be your assignment. Okay, to study the effect of water temperature on the removing of the pigment on the clothing. Okay, so you have to identify which is the independent variable, dependent variable, and control variable. This is your assignment. Okay, so right now let's have a very brief summary. Okay, so today you've learned about the control variable. I'm sorry, the independent variable. Okay, something that changed by you. Okay, and the dependent variable. These are the change caused by your change. Okay, caused by your change. So you can remember in this way. The independent variable is the input. Okay, you have an I here, an I here. Okay, input. Well, dependent variable is your output. Okay, you have different input, give you different output. Okay, while the last one, control variable, is very important. Well, these are some condition I should add an S here. There's a lot of condition that will not change in order to make it fair. Okay, fair testing. So for the independent variable and dependent variable, in each experiment there's only one. Only one. Only one. Okay, while the control variable could be a lot, more than one. Okay, so I should add an S here. Okay, so that's it for today, and don't forget to work on the don't forget to work on the assignment here. Okay, so excuse me. Okay, so that's it for today.